Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Good
Good
evening.
evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening. Um, Today we will make our beginning towards. That's my office location. Okay. So today we will discuss some MCQ on whatever we have handled on the other day as a topic. Okay. One minute. So my whole idea here is I'm sure all of you would have had an opportunity to review whatever we have discussed or as the case may be. So we will take up one after the other questions, try and understand. Are we all on the same page when it comes to those discussion? Do our understanding need to be improved anywhere? All that we will try and discuss. So coming back here, getting into today's questions discussion is concerned, I'll take up with some of those MCQ practical problems, whatever that are listed here. I have about 2 PDFs to discuss. Once we have done with this PDF, I'll close it. I'll not bother you much. I'm not going to take any technical topic. Just pakka revision. I know some of you already had a very serious day. From morning, you're all listening, working. I do understand your challenges. I'm very clear. I'm just going to take up a very simple topic for the purpose of discussion. I want all of you to participate on this discussion. Okay. To start with, we will take up the MCQ number 1. Model of GST proposed and implemented in India from 1/7/2017 is dash model of GST we proposed and implemented in India. So quick. 4 of you have already answered. Quick. Dash model or model of GST proposed and implemented in India from 1/7/2017 is just that 4-letter word. Beyond that, I don't expect anything. Okay. A lot of you are all right. Dual model of GST. What do we mean by dual model? This morning also we saw CGST, SGST, which is otherwise called as intra-state supply and interstate supply. Dual model of GST. Lot of you, right? Good, happy about a lot of you. Moving forward towards your next MCQ. Which product is presently not covered under the GST regime? Which product is not covered? Very careful word. Not covered under GST regime. Yes. Which product is not covered under GST regime? In my view, you can say 2 products. Jawahar, check your answer, Jawahar. Sumit Jain, check your answer. It's wrong. Okay. 2 products. Okay. Samir, again, check your answer. It is not tobacco. If some of you think tobacco, I am sorry. Tobacco is covered under GST. You pay GST at the rate of highest peak tax rate over it. 2 products, no doubt. Liquor meant for human consumption, no doubt. Liquor meant for human consumption. To be, in other words, alcoholic liquor for human consumption. And petroleum products. Petroleum products are currently not covered under the GST regime. Under GST regime, petroleum products are not covered. So you can say, why I'm also a little hesitate when it comes to petroleum product is there is a levy, but that levy on petroleum product will be decided by the council. In our next session, when we discuss what is going to be levy under GST, normal levy, when you carefully today coined these sections 9(1), 9(3), 9(4), 9(5), 5(1), 5(3), 5(4), 5(5), one subsection is missing. Subsection number 2, 9(2) and 5(2). Sir, what is that subsection? Exclusively, it will discuss about petroleum products will be liable to GST only from the day in which it is notified by the GST Council. The point that I want to drive home here is petroleum products till today are not covered under GST. It's outside the ambit of GST. Don't think of agricultural product and all. Agricultural product and all liable to GST, but you have a government coming out and exempting them. Exempted supply is different from non-taxable supply. Supply which is not leviable to GST. Here we are talking of what is not covered by GST, not leviable to GST. The chairperson of the GST Council is going to be, the chairperson of the GST Council is going to be, yes, headed by, you should not say the person name now. You should say the post name. Person will keep on changing. Post is remained as constant. Karthik Narayanan, which finance minister? I don't want name of the concerned person. I'm very clear. Sri Lakshmi, which finance minister? Finance minister of a state. Huh? Understand where somebody can go mislead. If it is going to be a 1 mark question, your answer should be more specific. Ishwar P, all union ministers. Huh? Understand where we get that importance. It's your union finance minister. Let me repeat. The wording is union finance minister. Union finance minister is the person who is going to be the chairperson of your GST council. Union finance minister is going to be the person. So a lot of you got it right. I could able to understand your intention, all that and all that is good. But what is more important for us is equally the question associated. Question number 4. List 1 of the Constitution of India. Of course, to Article 736, Article 246, all that contains matters in respect of which dash has the exclusive right to make tax laws. Sumit, check your answer. Shreya Varshini, check your answer. Very tough question. To my mind, it's very question. No. Whomever answered till now, all of you are wrong. All of you are wrong. Whomever answered till this minute, all of you are wrong. Yes, Jayant, you have started. Now, yes. Srinivasan Casey, check your answer. Sumit Jain, check your revised answer too. Quick. List 1 of the Constitution contains matter in respect of which dash has the exclusive right to make tax law. This is the old method of taxation. Maybe when we discussed about central excise, maybe we discussed about state tax, right to tax, all that. Okay. Yes. Quick. List 1, list 2, list 3. Clue I will share. List 1, somebody alone will have power to tax. List 2, one more person will have power to tax. No Ishwar, no. Till now, except 2 or 3 people, all of you got it wrong. All of you got it wrong. And in my view, this is more important. Don't come out and say me, sir, we never discussed it at all, sir. No, I know. I can point you where it would have been there. List 1, someone alone will have power to tax. List 2, another person will have power to tax. List 3, both of them will have power to tax. Maybe list 3 we would have not discussed. List 1 and list 2 we have discussed. List 1 was union list. List 2 was state list. When we discussed about central excise duty on 6 items. At that time, I told central government alone have an exclusive right to tax on list 1 items. Central government alone have an exclusive right to tax, which means state government does not have that power. When we discussed about list 2 VAT entry, again I have told it is a state list. List 2, your state government alone have an exclusive right to tax. So make yourself comfortable. List 1, union list. list 2 state list, list 3 concurrent list, list 1 union list, central government alone have power to tax, list 2 state list, state alone have power to tax, list 3 concurrent list, both the government have power to tax. What's our final takeaway, sir? Here, understand this is how the Indian tax system allows income tax will be levied by state government, central government, both the government, none of the above. Question, not there. I'm just posing a question. Income tax will be levied by central government, state government, both the government, none of the above. What would be your answer? All of you write. All of you come out and say, Sri Lakshmi, no. John Abbott, no. It's not both the government. Vignesh, no. Sorry, Dean Divakar, no, 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 no. Central government. Income tax means central government. Sir, where it is told, sir? Article 246, 7th schedule, list 1, entry number 81. Entry number 81. Mr. Sumit, I would only recommend you, either you type a irrelevant answer. Okay? Either you type a irrelevant answer or you type something else which is not connected. I don't understand with what enthusiasm you operate. Okay? That's all I can say. Coming back here, point for discussion. One, question number 1. Income tax, exclusive right to tax is only with central government. Article 246, 7th schedule, list 1, entry number 81 gives powers to central government to collect a tax on income accrue or arise in India. Entry number 82 gives power, same article 246, 7th schedule, list 1, entry 82 gives power to customs department to collect a tax called as customs duty. Likewise, here you have an excise entry. For that only you would have referred list 1. So recollect small subtle information becomes important. Any case, I do understand. It's little, you have to remember something, then only you would be able to make, I can able to understand all that. Question number 5. GST is a quick. Destination based tax or source based tax? Destiny based tax. Jawahar, why source? Karthik Narayan, why source? Okay. Hey, everybody is getting right. Why one few of you? ஏன்பா எனக்கு வந்து ஆத்ம திருப்தியே கிடைக்க கூடாதா? ஒரு கொஸ்டினுக்கு எல்லாரும் கரெக்டா ஆன்சர் பண்ணீங்கன்னு ஒரு லிட்டில் சந்தோஷம் கிடைக்கவே கூடாதா? யாராவது வேணும்ட்டேன்னு தப்பு பண்ணுவீங்களா? ஓகே, good. Understood. Good evening. Come back. Now, wait here. I will first type the number here. Then only I'll have control. Which article of Constitution of India outlines the functions of GST Council? From CSU students, kindly make a note. This is your already asked one MCQ question. Question number 6. Question number 6. Naveen Jacob, is it a capital A or small a? Okay. Vignesh, it is 246 or 246 capital A, or it is 269 or 279A. What number? Jacob, Naveen Jacob, check your answer. Vignesh, check your answer. Ishwar CK, check your answer. Sumit Jain, check your answer. Yes. Yes, Cyril through. Ishwar revised answers. So, Ishwar, again check your answer. It's council. Man, there are only 3 articles I told you to remember. And Ishwar, if you're going to pursue for CS, I am sorry for you. This is an exam question already appeared in exam. This question came for 1 mark. They gave you all numbers 246A, 269A, 279A, none of the above. You have to select among these 3 numbers 246A, 269A, 279A, none of the above. Shushmita, check your answer. Not Shushmita. John Abby, check your answer. Aisha, check your answer. It's Article 279A. Article 279 capital A. Anand, capital A. Article 279 capital A comes out and discuss about your GST Council functions and its powers. So Article 279A gives powers to the government, or no, I would not say power to the government, gives powers to the GST Council. Yes. So we can move forward. Indirect tax are dash in nature. Let us see how many of them correctly answer. I want minimum 50 answers. 50 answers. Ishwar, check your answer. If you want, I will give you want options. Progressive, regressive. நியாயமா கேட்கவே கூடாது ஆப்ஷன். ஓகே, நீங்க டைரக்ட் டாக்ஸ் முடிச்சுட்டு இன்டைரக்ட் டாக்ஸ் முடிச்சுட்டு progressive, regressive. Indirect tax is progressive. Shruti. Regressive in nature. Indirect taxes are regressive in nature. Okay, I'm not sure. Indirect taxes are regressive in nature. A few of you, a lot of you got it right, but still, few of you have to appreciate it. Which of the following taxes will be levied on import of goods or services? CGST, SGST, IGST, exempted. Cyril, check. Cyril Anthony alone, check. But for it, whomever answered it till now, all of you are all through. Prithviraj, check your answer. John Abbey, check your answer. John Abbey, check your answer. Okay. Cyril revised answer is through. IGST, import of goods are exclusively treated as a interstate supply. If it is an interstate supply, there will be a levy of IGST. Sir, I don't know, sir. Okay, today you know, but otherwise, technically, in my view, you should know. I think if you, by this morning discussion, you will know import of goods is an interstate supply, mandatory interstate supply. Interstate supply is leviable for IGST, you know, by the model, dual model of GST. So somebody, by linking that, should be in a position to identify. In case if you find it difficult, okay, IGST, understood. Possible. Getting into your next question. Dash was the first country to adopt GST as an indirect tax system. Paapum, எத்தனை பேர் ஆன்சர் சொல்றாங்க? A good year. Whomever answered till now, all of you are all right. தப்பி தவிர யாரும் கூகுள்லாம் யூஸ் பண்ணலையே. Okay, no other additional resources. Humble request. Okay, you should use only resource. Only resource. Always available with us. Okay, until you go to your deathbed. Sometime after deathbed also. The only resource that will come with you. Good. Nice. Happy for all of you. Okay, all of you. First question, unanimous answer. France. Okay. I am not sure how many of you are like France, Paris, all that stuff and all. But somehow a lot of you got it right. Question number 10. GST in the state of Jammu and Kashmir came into force from Srinivasan. I am not able to understand what you text. Quick. 7th July or 1st July or 8th July or 10th July? 1st July, 7th July, 8th July or 10th July? See, வேணுன்ட்டேன்னு யாராவது பண்ணுவாங்களான்னா நான்லாம் ரொம்ப திருட வேணுன்ட்டேன்னு பண்ணுவேன் சில விஷயங்கள். 1st, 7th, 8th, 10th. Which date? 1st July. 10th July. ஒரு அடுத்த கேள்விக்கு அந்த ஆசையா இருக்க கூடாது மனுஷனுக்கு. The only passion, the only interest, the only push that we will have is somehow we could able to impart what little we know to others, and only that is the only thing. Okay. 1st, 7th, 8th, 10th. 7th or 8th, I remember. Exam period. I'm not sure when you have been traveling. If you miss a train by a minute, you will know the value of a minute. If you miss a IPSC exam by a mark, you will know the value of a year. If you are an athlete, you will know the value of a second. If you are a algorithm programmer, you will know the value of a picosecond, the fourth element in the second. If you are a professional student of CA, CMA, CS, you will know the value of a mark. A mark. Mark my word, in your whole life, 1 mark will play a game. 1 mark will play a game. Many times it has happened to many people. Wish and pray it should not happen to a lot of you. But you don't know. I would often say this, and I don't mind in saying this. Even if you get 25 in a subject, you will happily go out and say to your friend, buddy, I got 25 in the paper. You will not feel the pinch of a failure. It will be like raining on something. Okay? That effect only. But you miss a paper by a mark. And if you miss a group by a mark, it will take months for somebody to come out of that failure. Every single mark should be said and taken. No jokes, very serious. I have undergone all this. My first attempt of CA entry level, CA foundation. For 200, I got 196. I repeat, I have never cried like that at all. I've been crying like very badly. Of course, people in the home never cried at all. That's different. Father came out and, okay, okay, next time you can write 196 noda. Next time you can get good mark. He sent me. After that, it was more pinching me only during my final days, where first group attempted both the groups, cleared both the groups. First group all clear. There is a little carry forward mark which carry forward to the second group and went short by 2 mark. So I have to write my second group once again. No doubt, good preparation, everything went wrong. Something went wrong. You don't know what goes wrong which moment. Don't underestimate 1 mark. Mark my word. It will pinch you a lot. It will pinch you very badly. Every single mark is important. I don't want someone to take up that. Understand, it's a professional course. Every single mark is important. And MCQs or all these 1 marks are the area where you can sure shot the importance of you, the evening that you have spent by listening to somebody, a morning that you have spent when all the other dirty fellows were sleeping, you waked up and you have been spending your time very wisely. The only difference you can make is the detailing that you bring into your paper. Beyond that, in no other way you can make your detailing. Coming back here, getting into this discussion, it would be 8th July. Remember it, 8th July. 8th July would be the day in which your J&K will come into effect. First week, J&K was not in part of the GST handbook itself. Coming back here, this is a question more applicable to CS and not applicable to anybody else. I would take it up this MCQ 11 because it was not discussed in a very great way in the classes. MCQ 11 discuss about there would be a compensation cess collected on all the goods for provision of compensating all the state which incur revenue loss, which incur losses because of implementing GST for the first 5 years. Good. Could be Sumit, could be Dheeraj, could be Shreya Varshini, could be Ashwini, could be Vidya Shankar. Good. Happy for you. All of you all brought the right answer. 5 years. First 5 years. Preferably from CS. Kindly remember this. 5 years they will be compensated. GST compensation cess. All those states which are all producer states, whose states are all having huge revenues, they told when we come to GST law is a destination based tax. Currently, we are in origin based taxation. When we are in origin based taxation, from my place only goods manufactured, so more revenue will come to me. When I come to destination based taxation, from me goods goes out, which means I will get less revenue. Government told don't be bothered. To the extent of loss of revenue because of implementing GST, for the next 5 years, central government will compensate through GST compensations. 5 years is the time limit. Followed by question number 12. Again, a question which is applicable only to your CS, not applicable to anybody. Only for CS, all this gimmicks would be applicable. Where they would come out and ask, how many chapters are there? How many sections are there in your, UTGST law, not even IGST law. In UTGST law, how many sections and how many chapters are there? For which we would come out and have, you would have a lesser number of sections. Just give me a minute. I will scan through. Because every time we refer back to CGST, that 174 section is always in the mind. But UTGST Act, you have about 26 sections and 9 chapters. 26 sections and 9 chapters. So, any case, in my view, these questions like this should be discouraged. But unfortunately, what can you do? Exam question appeared, sir. Yes. CS, we had the CS. CMA, this question is not applicable. It's an exam question of CS. India has a dash tier federal structure. 3 tier, ah? Oh, Prithviraj, Karthik Narayanan, 3 tier. 1 tier, 2 tier, 3 tier, 4 tier. 4 tier, Vidya Shankar. Can you say me the 4 tier, Vidya Shankar? Okay. So much we know about federal structure. Good. It's a 2 tier structure. Central government and the state government. It's a federal structure, 2 tier structure, 2 tier federal structure. So not a single federal structure. Not 3, not 4 and all. Puja Jain 3 and all is not the correct answer. 2 tier federal structure. Question number 14. The most important question for this evening. The most important question. 1 minute. I want all of you to get it right. A, B, C, D. இதுதான் ஏதாவது பண்ணும்போது வேணும்ட்டே வெறுப்பேற்றுற மாதிரி சுமித் ஜெயின் ஒரு கரெக்டா தப்பா ஒரு ஆன்சரை போட்டு அப்புறம் கரெக்டான ஆன்சர் போடுவாரு. Or the knowledge that gentleman has, consciously he will do mistake and again he himself will revise that. It's not your intention. Is it so? I am not ready to believe. Somebody who is knowing something, your wish. C and all, Abdul Hanif. No, C is not the correct answer. Sorry. C is not the right answer. Sumit Jain, I already told. Ankit, Vignesh, check your answers. Priya, check your answer. Karthik Narayanan, check your answer. Abdul, check your answer. Mukesh, check your answer. Dhanlakshmi, check your answer. Twinkle, check your answer. Cyril, check your answer. Deena, check your answer. Hey, come on, Sumit. Now on how you got your revised answer, yeah? Now alone you will get your revised answer right. Huh? Abhirami, check your answer. No. Abhirami, sorry. Sorry. Jay Anand, check your answer. Gauri, check your answer. Divya Shri, check your answer. Priya, check your answer. You referred, should not use additional source, we told now. Divya Shri, again check your answer. It's D. Answer would be D, which will be your GST and central excise duty. I think I have referred. Tobacco is the only product liable for GST and central excise duty. 15. CGST Act extends to whole of India except Jammu and Kashmir. Ankit, welcome. Welcome to the club. Check your answer, Ankit. A, B. Quick. Prem Kumar, check your answer. Pooja, Priya, Sanchari, check your answer. Abhirami, check your answer. K.S. Subhashini, check your answer. Janvi, check your answer. As it stands today, you should answer, dear. As it stands today, this law extends to whole of India or it extends to except Jammu and Kashmir. The question is very clear. As it stands today, this law extends to whole of India. This law will extend to whole of India, completely to India. Done. Can we move forward? Yes. Now comes the statistics area. How many of y'all got 15 out of 15? Fifteen out of 15. Anybody? Be honest to yourself. People will rise in their own eyes, fall in their own eyes. A firm believer is Ganesh Prabhu. Yes, I'm not going to call. I'm absolutely not going to call. I'm going to just want to know. I only told, I think I'm in English. I told in English, either you scribbled your answer in your pen, paper, pencil, what is available with you, or you text it over here. How many of y'all got all 15 out of 15? 15 out of 15. I think 15 means 15. Then I'll come to 14, then I'll come to other numbers. I'm only on 15 number. Yes. Anybody in the range between 14 to 12? 14 to 12? Good, 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 good. Welcome to the club, sir. Good. Yes. Anybody between 11 to 9? Good, 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 good. Yes. So our takeaways are this. Good. Without preparation, suddenly we can take up MCQs. We know the subject. We are learning it. It will come automatically to us. Don't get afraid about the subject and all. Automatically things will happen. That- Yes. So people who scored less than 8, nothing great about it. Okay. You need a little attention. Maybe some more time need to be spent on this topic, spent on this area. You can rock over this area. Nothing great about it. We'll take up some practical questions. Try to answer some of those practical questions, and maybe I would, if you could raise your hand, I would allow you to unmute yourself, and you can also share your views on each answers in case if you want to say about it. Done? Yes, I leave that point open to you. List any 3 state levies and 3 central levies that are subsumed. So now it's turn for practical question number 1. Any state levies? 3. Any central levies? 3 that are subsumed in GST. If you want to say, raise your hand, I will unmute you. All of you are given only one option. Second time it will not be repeated. So I want all of you to participate. I know you can answer. If you want to type, you can type. Don't refer any additional material. See, understand the question. 3 state levies subsumed, 3 central levies subsumed. That is, earlier we had some taxation that got subsumed in GST, central government. Earlier you had something. Sashikant. Come on, yaar. Nothing will happen. Yes, Subbalakshmi. Good. Yes,
The
Subbalakshmi.
state levy subsumed VAT,
Ah, good.
Central CGST. Central sales tax.
Central sales tax. Okay, agreed.
Central sales tax.
VAT central sales tax. One more.
Excise duty.
Excise duty is central government, no? CGST.
CGST.
State, state we want. Ankit, can you come up with one more?
Service tax.
Service tax again central government. Okay. State. You are started with state, then yes. Quick. Yes. You can mute yourself, Subbalakshmi. Aisha, yes.
Sir, purchase tax, luxury tax.
Purchase tax, luxury tax. Then one more. Aisha, your voice is not audible, Aisha.
VAT, sir.
VAT. Oh, purchase tax. Then
Luxury tax and VAT.
Good. State. Central you have.
Service tax. Central excise tax.
Central excise duty. Good. Good. One more.
Additional excise tax.
Additional excise duty. Additional excise duty, if you go, you have to refer back to customs section 3 subsection 4. Trainings. Good. Aisha, nice. Yes, Ankit. You already typed your answer correctly. Good. Happy for you.
So state luxury tax, toll tax, and entertainment tax, sir.
Good.
In central, I only two, sir. Central excise duty and service tax.
Anyone more? Apart from this, apart from central excise, apart from service tax, something else here. Some other name, no? We read so many names, Something else comes up to your mind, additional tax?
No, sir, not right now, sir.
Not right. Okay. Surcharge. Yes. Okay. Will come. Don't be worried. Yes. Dheeraj. Yes, Dheeraj.
Customs duty, sir, for central. Customs duty.
Customs not brought in. Be clear. Customs is not brought in. Sumit Jain, customs was not brought in. Okay.
Okay, sir. No.
Yes. Good. Nice start. Okay. Sir, 3 state levies, no doubt. Luxury tax, entertainment tax, purchase tax, value-added tax. Central government levy. Technically, though, central sales tax was forming part of your state government collections, but it's a central government tax. Central sales tax, service tax, excise duty, additional excise duty, surcharges, all that forms part of your CGST components. Now, coming back to very tough question. Okay, some of the advantages of GST. Come on here, Vidya Shankar. Good. Yes, advantage of GST. What do you feel the advantage of GST?
It removes the cascading effect, sir.
It
removes the cascading effect, sir.
Good.
Sir, it increases the ease of doing business, sir.
Ease of doing business. Good. Nice. Yes.
It avoids the bundling of various taxes, sir.
Agreed.
Sir, one nation, one tax, sir.
Agreed. Yes, all that is there. Good.
Yes. So yes, sir, that's all.
Yes. I'll. You unmute yourself. Done. Some of you avoid tax on tax is there. Good. Correct. Some of you told removal of cascading effect removes thing. Ankit, I am not entertaining your answer. Destination-based tax system, John Abbott, I agree to you. Removes various taxes, uniform taxation, simplified model, destination-based tax, helps in avoiding double taxation. Guru, nice way in which you have chronologically brought in. Pan-India single system, Dheeraj has written. Prem Kumar has said a single tax system. Sumit Jain, double taxation is removed. Agreed. Good. One nation, one tax. All that is there. Some of the front-end advantages, yes. Well, elimination of all your minor taxes. Agreed, Sumit. All this is agreeable. Coming back here, Do we have any advantages? See, throughout India, I'm not sure why some of you all not mentioned. Rate of tax is common. Throughout India, registration, return filing process, compliance is common. Throughout India, exempted goods are common. These are all furthermore advantages. When it comes to GST, if you buy a laptop in Tamil Nadu, 18%, Karnataka 18%, Andhra Pradesh 18%, Uttar Pradesh 18%, Madhya Pradesh, Delhi, Jammu and Kashmir, wherever it may be, 18% everywhere. Registration. Here also form REG 01. There also REG 01. Wherever. Return. Everybody same type of return. So these are all biggest advantage apart from law becoming uniform. Good. Not entertaining. Okay, not entertaining. That's all. Idea is not entertaining. Okay. Straight away you cannot write now. Certain things you cannot think. Certain things you cannot straight away speak. Certain things straight away you cannot write. ஏன்னா எனக்கு லேட் ஆகும், எனக்கு 9 ஆயிடும். So moving forward, getting into your practical question number 3. Yes, what is GSTN? State the functions of GST Council. So what is GSTN and GST Council? Yes, Vidya Shankar.
It is Section 8 company, sir. Sir, it is a Section 8.
Pooja Jain, expansion is correct. Vidya Shankar, you want to say something?
Yes, sir. Hello.
No. Dina, GSTIN is different. Here it is not GSTIN, it is GSTN, Goods and Service Tax Network. What are the functions? What is Goods and Service Tax Network? What do they do there? And what are the functions of GST Council? Srinivasan, GSTN is a Section 8 company formed for the purpose of providing IT infrastructure facilities to both the government stakeholders and successful implementation of GST. Avadi word. Suma Control Z, Control V, super ba. Good. Sumit, who arranges assembly, Sumit? GSTN is incorporated on 28th March 2013. Agreed. See, GSTN and GST Council both are two wings of the GST department or government itself. One takes care of the information technology front, which is GSTN, Goods and Service Tax Network. Other takes care of the implementation of it, which is GST Council. GST Council is a constitutional body, comes under Article 269A. sorry, 279A. Purpose of GST Council is to give recommendation to both central government and state government. Purpose of GSTN is to implement the GST law, provide a help desk facility, provide enabling registration, return filing, refund application processing, appeals. All this will be supported by GST. Prima facie, both of them are different. Both purposes are also different, not common. So that is a broad view. Often you can always take a text associated with it. Now we will get into the most important question for this evening. Question number 4. Practical question number 4. A short note on business. Yes, Shreya or Shani.
Sir, it may be defined as trade, commerce, or wager or something, any similar activity of that kind. Whether or not it is for a peculiar benefit, it depends on the activity.
Correct.
Next one is whether it is incidental or ancillary to what to the previous point.
Correct.
The activity. Then the volume, frequency, continuity, and regularity. Even if it is not there, it can be defined as a business.
Agreed.
Then supply acquisition of goods, including capital goods and services are included.
That is also treated as business.
Yes, sir.
Yes. All those people who hold a post, accommodating any person to a premises, all this also considered as business. If you carefully read through your 217 other parts, that is also considered as business.
Yes, yes, sir.
Good. Yes, good. So you can see here they have made a very clear point. They never told to define business. They only say write a short note on business, which means you can write in your own words all this. Nowhere it is mandated that it has to be as per the definition. But if someone uses a word, define business, then verbatim 217 has to be written. True? Yes. Karthik Narayan, yes, if a charitable organization, if they do business, then yes, it will come under business. Are they doing business? A charitable organization makes a bag and sell. Jute bag and sell. Is it business? A charitable organization. A question more specifically to Karthik Narayanan, who has raised on the chat box. A charitable organization whose main business is to do charity. But to do charity, they want money. What they do is they buy from the nearby area jute, raw jute. With that raw jute, they make nice bags. That bags are sold, fund is raised, fund is used for a charitable purpose. Are they engaged in business? In my view, yes, they are engaged in business. Coming back, getting into your, what is it? Last question. Difference between direct tax and indirect tax. I'm not going to raise you. Hey, Partha, will ask Sumit Jain. Sumit Jain, answer. Emaindi Sumit Jain garu. Unmute chesandi. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So direct tax, it will be levy of tax and burden will be on the same person, whereas in indirect tax, it will be on two different persons.
Correct. Something more.
Being controlled overall by India, that is overall India is by central government, whereas indirect tax na central government, state government like this.
Good.
The direct tax, the department of the government means it is a central board of direct tax, whereas in indirect tax, it is central board of indirect tax of customs.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Super.
Whereas indirect tax will be taking previous year assessment year, whereas in indirect tax there is no such concept exist.
Assessment year, previous year, all year, same year.
Yes, sir.
Then anything else?
In direct tax it will be like a progressive nature, but in indirect tax it is regressive.
Somebody was raising me a question. What do we mean by progressive, regressive? Progressive is as your income goes up, your tax also goes up. Regressive is irrespective of your income, everybody, be it a rich man buys a two-wheeler or a middle class man buys a two-wheeler or a poor man buys a two-wheeler. Everybody is liable to pay a same rate of tax. That is what we call it as regressive in nature. Indirect taxes are regressive in nature. Dhruv, Shruti, Ishwar, all of you have raised your you all typed through your answers over here. So that sums up your discussion relating to this particular paper. We will take into next paper. 1 minute. So we will come with yes. So we will come back to our discussions on MCQ. A dash supply comprising of 2 or more supplies shall be treated as supply of a particular supply that attracts the highest rate of tax. Yes, composite or mixed is going to be your options. Subbalakshmi, kindly read it once again and answer. Prithviraj, read it once again and answer. Dash supply comprising 2 or more supplies shall be treated as supply of that particular supply that attracts highest rate of tax. Mixed supply. It's not composite supply, mixed supply. Done? Yes. Now, question number 2A. State whether a following transaction will be treated as supply of goods or supply of service as per your transaction. Only A. Don't get into B, C, D and all. Only A we are discussing. Only A. SOG or SOS. Prem Kumar, no means I don't understand. Shruti, your answer is what? Okay. Continuation of that. SOG, SOS. I don't want anything. Is it a SOG or a SOS? That's all I want. All of you all right. It will be treated as supply of services. Let me repeat it. 2A, it would be treated as supply of services because renting of immovable property, recollect your discussion. 2B, goods forming part of a business assets are transferred or disposed by or under a directions of a person carrying on the business, whether or not for consideration, would be treated as supply of goods or supply of services. Goods are transferred. Prithviraj, check your answer. Prithviraj, check your answer. SOG or SOS, this is a question. Don't underestimate this question. This question already appeared in exam. SOG, SOS. Quick. Yes. Vidya Shankar, check your answer. Kavya Lavanya, check your answer. A.S. Subbalakshmi, check your answer. It would be treated as SOG, supply of goods, are transferred or disposed is the key term. Whether or not for a consideration would be treated as a supply of goods. Transfer of right in goods without transfer of title in goods. I transfer the right in goods without transfer of title in goods. Ankit, check your answer, Ankit. Ankit, check your answer. But for Ankit, whomever has discussed, all of you are all true. Sumit Jain, check your answer. Ishwar, not Ishwar. Ishwar, you are true. Sumit Jain, check your answer. Priya, check your answer. It is supply of service. Title is not transferred. No. I gave a common thumb rule. If title is not transferred, it is supply of service. ஒரு மனுஷனால இதுக்கு அப்புறம் என்ன இறங்கி சொல்லி தர முடியும்னு எனக்கு தெரியல. கத்துக்கிறேன். Transfer of title in goods under an agreement which stipulates the property shall pass at a future date. SOG, SOS. Whomever answered, all of you are true. Deena, check your answer. Deena, title will transfer on a future date. Keyword அதுதான். Title will transfer on a future date. Okay. Harish Narayanan, check your answer. Srinivasan Casey, check your answer. Srinivasan, Ankit, Harish Narayanan, not supposed to make mistakes. Sashikant, check your answer. Transfer of title in goods will pass at a future date. Means title pass agudunale it is supply of goods. Have a thumb rule. No? Yes. Good. Some of you got it right. MCQ number 3. Transaction termed as deemed supply are specified in. என்ன அவசரம் ஈஸ்வர், மனசாட்சி தொட்டு சொல்லு, உனக்கு தெரியாதுன்னு. ஈஸ்வர் சிகே. Schedule 1 or Schedule 2 or Schedule 3? Subhashini. Ishwar, revised answer. Schedule 1, okay. Transaction termed as deemed supply are specified in Schedule 1. Make yourself very clear. Moving forward. Question number 4. As per section 247 of CGST Act, exempt supply includes the following type of goods and services. A. Supplies attracting nil rate of tax. Supply wholly exempt from tax by way of notification. Non-taxable supply. All of the above. As per 247. When I discussed the definition, all of you told, you fellow go Prithviraj, no answer is wrong. Ishwar, no answer is wrong. Shruti, no answer is wrong. No. Karthik Narayan, true. Harish Narayan, through. Srinivasan, KC, through. Straight discussion on definition. Straight discussion on definition. Yes. If you read the definition, you would be able to. Shruti, through. Jayant, through. Yes. John A.B. through. All of the above. Exempt supply includes supplies which are liable to nil rate of tax, supply which are wholly exempted from tax, and it also includes non-taxable supply. All of the above would be your answer. Fourth, all of the above. As per 247 exempted supply definition, it includes all of the above. Coming back here. What are the different types of supply? MCQ number 5. What are the different types of supply covered under scope of supply? Okay. Supply made with consideration, supply made without consideration, both. I want a right answer. Whoever answered till here, Abdul Chekpa. Abdul alone check. As of now, everybody answered it rightly. Both. Scope of supply includes supply made with consideration, supply made without consideration. Both are covered as part of scope of supply. MCQ number 6. It's a repeat in a different word. It has been asked in CA exam. Yes. Yes. Schedule 1. All of you are right. Supply done even without consideration would be treated as part of your Schedule 1 transactions. Schedule 1 transaction, correct answer. No doubt about it. Question 7. Star Bazaar offers free bucket with detergent purchased. Composite, mixed, principal supply, none of the above. Quick. Sumit Jain, check your answer. Sai Venkat, check your answer. Sorry, not Sai Venkat. Shamir, check your answer. Shreya Varshini, check your answer. Harish Narayan, check your answer. Star Bazaar offers a free bucket with a detergent purchased. Composite supply, mixed supply, principal supply, none of the above. If any of you are happy about that typing it as mixed supply, I'm sorry about it. It is neither composite supply nor mixed supply. It's a principal supply. It's not none of the above. No, it's a principal supply. Because you are supplying detergent only. You are selling detergent only. Bucket and all is free. For bucket and all, money is not collected. Same question I have discussed in the class where money is collected for the bucket. When I collect money for the bucket, then it would turn out to be a mixed supply. So coming back here, I'm sorry. Sumit Jain, Shreya Varsini, you all told the principal supply. I'm sorry. Understood. It's crawling, no? Understood. Wrongly called your name. Any defamation happened to your name because of me calling. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Coming back here. Question number. So answer to this question would be a single supply or a principal supply. Main supply or a single supply or predominant supply. Okay. Ishwar CK, excluded in the definition of goods means I don't understand. In GST, securities has been, அடுத்ததுக்கா ரைட்னா நீங்க வேற லெவல்ல ஆபரேட் பண்றீங்களா? Coming back here, MCQ 8. Suddenly you typed, I never unable to understand. GST, in GST, securities have been specifically included in the definition of goods, included in the definition of service, excluded in the definition of goods. It is a dangerous question. Okay. Just for your information, you have two answers correct here. You can come up with two answers. Or else I'll do one minute. Which combination is correct? I have given you 4 combinations. Which combination is correct? I want you to come up and confirm me the combination. Which combination is correct? Yes. Vignesh, check your answer. Shruti, check your answer. Kavya, check your answer. Anjana, check your answer. Ayusha, check your answer. Subhashini, check your answer. Sumit, check your answer. Sushmita, check your answer. C and D only is the right answer. Dheeraj. C and D. It is excluded from both goods and it is also excluded from services. Yes, Mukesh, you want to write something? Question number 9. MCQ question number 9. X Limited, a dealer, offer combo packs shirt, watch, wallet, book, and they are all bundled as a kit. And this kit is supplied at a single price. The tax rate is 12, 18, 5 and nil. What is the rate of tax that is applicable? First you decide by yourself, is it a mixed or composite supply? Once you decided by yourself it is a mixed or composite supply, you will be coming up with an answer which you need to decide upon that. Yes. Mixed supply, no doubt about it. So rate of tax will be the highest rate of tax. Hope you understand how you have to decide about it. The practical implication of your section 8. Okay. Under GST Act, a supply of assorted sweet, chocolate, and firecracker packed in a gift hamper is joint supply, composite supply, mixed supply, assorted supply. Question number 10. Varun, check your answer. Ishwar, check your answer. Sir, Diwali package in la solla kodadhu. We have discussed enough about it. Assorted supply. படிச்சதே 3 தான் word. Composite supply, mixed supply, single supply. Okay. Single supply you can otherwise understand as principal supply or one supply. Principal supply itself is the wrong word. Single supply is the correct word. But okay, extended meaning we can give. Assorted supply na யாருக்கு தெரியும்? Assorted supply means assorted, different supply. That is called as assorted supply. See, in law you don't have a meaning called as assorted supply. Assorted is a word when nothing is common. If you have, then it is called as assorted. Assorted sweets, we will say no. Every sweet you will have one sweet on that box. It's called as assorted sweet box. Same way. Mixed supply, ma. Okay, done. Yes. So we'll take up the first question for practical question for discussion. Okay. The first practical question for discussion. PQR Limited gives Diwali gifts to employee worth rupees 4 lakhs. Does it qualify as a supply? Would your answer be different if PQR Limited gives 40,000 rupees to each employee of 10 employee, totaling amount to 4 lakhs. Diwali gift to employee Mr. R, 4 lakhs. But again, gifts for more than 10 people, each of them 40,000. Karthik Narayan has raised hand. 1 minute. I'll unmute you. Yes, Karthik.
Sir, the provision which we read in Schedule 1, that is deemed supply, says that it is a transaction with a related person or a distinct person in the furtherance of business, except when the employer gives to the employee of value not exceeding 50,000 in a year, sir. Correct. So, if a particular employee is gifted more than 50,000, it will be deemed as supply, sir. Oh. So, in the first case, 4 lakhs gift hamper will be treated as supply, sir. Correct. And in second case, each employee is given 40,000 worth gifts, sir. So, the provision clearly says that employer to an employee. So, for an employee, 50,000 is still 50,000, it will not be treated as supply, sir.
Oh. So, in second case, it's not a supply. Correct? Vidya Shankar, Prithviraj, Ishwar CK, Harish Narayanan, Karthik Narayanan, all of you all right. All the others have texted. See, let me repeat it. This is how a practical question in your exam will be there for 4 marks wherever to people descriptive question is applicable. Okay. Sir, for me descriptive is not applicable. We are happy for you. Okay. In case it is applicable, this is how it will be. Where you will refer as per Schedule 1 of CGST Act, any transactions between distinct person or related person is deemed as supply. However, if any transaction between employer to employee in a form of gift up to rupees 50,000 is not considered as a deemed supply. In the first case, more than 50,000, so deemed supply. Second case, 10 employee, each employee less than 50,000, so it is not a supply. This like this, you should write. When you write all your 5 marks or 4 marks, which is applicable to the question, this question already appeared in CA intermediate examination. So let me repeat it. I am picking up questions only which is already appeared in exam or which is important. Sometimes it will come from your material if I feel it more important. Okay, that question is good question. Then it will. Otherwise, I am not taking up because my intention is just to give you a feel that you could able to crack down an exam question. Definition of goods, definition of actionable claim, all that is already there. You can write about it. Some of the salient features of composite supply. Composite supply means what? What is a speciality of composite supply? Yes, for me this practical question number 3 is more important. Salient features of your composite supply. Quick. With example. Something special about that question. Yes. This is 1. Yes. Some of you. Somebody who has not spoken, I want somebody. I'm very clear. No, I want somebody who has not spoken. Okay, because no, I'm very clear. Somebody who has not spoken only this time will be allowed. Srinivasan KC, yes, pa. Good.
Sir, it provides one of the main advantages of composite supply is, sir, since there may be a cluster of material, group of goods, sir, and the rate will be only determined to the rate of the principal goods, sir. So, if the associated goods individual rates, even though they may be higher than the rate of principal good, but it is taxable only principal goods rate will be only taxed. So in that case, while doing that case, the principal goods tax rate is only chargeable in case of a composite supply. So it acts as an advantage, sir.
Anything else? Done. Yes. Good. Prithviraj. Yes, Prithviraj.
Sir, the features of composite supply are as follows, sir. First, it is made by a taxable person. And it consists of 2 or more taxable supplies. It is naturally bundled in conjunction. Fourth, it is done in the ordinary course of business. That's all.
Good. And the tax rate will be of the principal supply. If you would have told this, all 4 marks would have been given to you. That's all. Good. Nice.
Okay.
Harish Narayanan has written it very meticulously, including Shruti, Shreya Varshini, Aisha. Yes. So come back here. You should have this 5 ingredients where 2 or more supply naturally bundled of which is supplied in conjunction with each other in the ordinary course of business, of which one is a principal supply, and the rate of tax will be determined for a composite supply based on the principal supply. If these 5 elements are present, your answer is spellbounded. You can straight away close this discussion. Done? Yes. So we will now get into a question number 4, practical question number 4. I want all of you to answer in a particular way. Just give me a minute. Okay. Just give me a minute. I will say you how to answer. So how are we going to answer is, see, you have some transactions, about 6 transactions that are given. All of you can put all the numbers. You can put 1. Okay. Then I only want you to write nothing. SOG, SOS. I don't want you to write anything more than that. Let me repeat. Only SOG or SOS. Okay. Don't write 1 send answer, 2 send answer. Don't do that. Kindly don't do that, because for me, I will not get in chronological order. You will get a feeling. For me, from my earlier chat to this chat, I'm getting it in a chronological order. Understand from my perspective, when all of you type it, I will not get in chronological order. So I have sent you the answering mode. Copy that. Paste it on your chat box. 1, SOG or SOS. 2, SOG or SOS. 3, SOG or SOS. 4, SOG or SOS. Like that. In that order, you are going to send. Starting with renting of a vacant land, to a stud farm for 1,50,000. Sale of an office computer. Third transaction. R Limited provided a car to one of its director for a personal use. 4. A director takes the computer home for his private or personal use. Okay. The computer of the company, which is a business asset. After that, that computer never came. Understanding that way. A director, if you want to add, a director takes a computer to his home for his private use permanently. Question number 4. Salary paid to a partner by a partnership firm. 6. Restaurant and catering services. I only want to know, is it SOG or SOS? That. Plus, maybe wherever you can refer, this is Schedule 1 supply, sir. This is Schedule 3 supply, sir. You can add it over there if you want. Quick, go ahead. Good question. 2 people have already answered. Virtually, when 2 people can answer, in my view, everybody can answer. Good. Quite a few are answering. I'm not commenting consciously. To me, it's now become very, very clustered. Everybody 6 answers, and a repetition of it gets its own impact. Bang on the chat box. Karthik Narayanan, good. Preferably question number 5, question number 4 are the real interesting questions of this evening. A lot of you got question number 5 differently. Can you check? A lot of you, but for the person I have identified, almost all of you got it otherwise. Okay. Yes, I would answer it. You all check at your end. Renting of a vacant land to a stud farm for rupees 1,50,000, supply of service. Sale of office computer is a supply of goods. Mr. R provide a car to one of its director, R Limited, provide car to its one of its director for personal use. Supply of services, Schedule 2, specific discussion. A director takes a computer to home for a private use. This computer is the company's business asset, and we added additionally, it is permanently taken. It's a supply of goods, permanent transfer, disposal of a business asset on which ITC is claimed by the company. Maybe you can refer to Schedule 1. You can make a deeming assumption here. ITC is taken because it is a computer. With these two wordings, you can call it as supply of goods. No, sir, I thought he used it for personal or private purposes. Why can't I assume it as service? I doubt, because to test you on service, there is a previous entry. This entry, the assumption should be like this only. Okay. Maybe this is a problem at an initial level, a practical problem of your book. That is why this is in clarity. salary paid to partners by a partnership firm, no supply. Let me repeat. Salary paid to partners to a partnership firm, no supply. Schedule 5, sorry, not Schedule 5, Schedule 3, this is a transaction not covered by Schedule 3 also. It's a no supply transaction. Make a note of it. A lot of you got it as supply of services. No doubt, that is not, you can say only it is a service. But just I additionally shared to you, it's not covered here. There is no distinction between partner and a partnership firm. I'm sure we all read the Partnership Act. Individually, they will be called as partners. Collectively, they will be called as partnership firm. So partner and partnership firm is no different. It's just appropriation of profit. Salary, partner salary itself, your profit you will appropriate in a particular manner. Recollect or your 40 A to B, 40 to B, I'm not sure. Partner salary, first 3 lakhs, 90%, balance profit, 60%. That working and all you don't know, it's appropriation of profit. Then 6, no doubt, is the supply of service as per your schedule 2. That's good. I believe a lot of you got it right. Any transaction between an agent and a principal would be treated as supply. We all know. Nothing great about it. That is your last question. So, Mr. Big Fabrics Limited, being a garment manufacturer, appoints Mr. Ram as an agent who store garments manufactured by big manufacturer and send to dealer whenever big manufacturer asks Mr. Ram to do so. Is it a supply? Yes. Any supply of transaction between distinct or related person. Related person definition, recollect, last line came out and told agent, sole consortior, sole distributor would be treated as a supply. This sums up our discussion in terms of some of the MCQ and all that we had. So this gives you a confirmation that yes, you have or you would be able to appreciate a discussion whenever it is being warranted on this topic. Okay. Some of you have asked, sir, will we get this MCQ practical question and all? Yes, when material is sent, then that relevant portion will be shared to you. Will be sent to you at the earliest. Don't ask me the next question when you will give the material. Okay, it will be sent to you at the earliest, to the extent at the earliest possible. Okay. Done? Yes. Any questions? Yes, I would take it up. Otherwise, thank you all for an effective and patient listening. Thank you.
Sir,